It was a sunny morning in Beverly Heights, a rich shopping area in Los Angeles. Nina Wilson, a 45-year-old black woman, walked calmly down the street. She had smooth, dark skin and long black hair pulled back in a neat ponytail. She wore a simple white t-shirt, light gray joggers, and sneakers. Her face had no makeup. She didn't look rich, but she was. Nina's husband, David Wilson, was one of the most powerful investors in the city. They had been married for 15 years. Today, Nina was looking for a birthday gift for him. She had found a perfect one, a rare watch from a luxury store called Mark. At 10:30 a.m., she stood outside the boutique. Inside, crystal lights sparkled and rich customers chatted with stylish staff. She took a deep breath, opened the glass door, and walked in. No one looked at her. She walked to the display case and saw the watch, a 1960s timepiece, very rare. David would love it. Finally, a woman in a black dress with tight hair approached her. "Can I help you?" she asked with a cold voice. "Yes," Nina said. "I'd like to see that vintage watch." The woman raised an eyebrow. "That piece is $85,000. "I know," Nina said. "I want to see it." The woman looked unsure. "Maybe you'd like something less expensive? We have some nice costume watches." Nina didn't smile. "No, thank you. I'd like to see the one I asked for." With a sigh, the saleswoman unlocked the case. She carefully took the watch out and placed it on a velvet cloth, sliding it toward Nina, without getting too close. "This is a limited edition," the woman said. "Only 5 were ever made." "It's perfect," Nina said, smiling. "I'll take it." The woman's face froze. "You'll take it?" "Yes." "Do you want to discuss payment plans?" "That won't be necessary." From the back, the store manager, Mark Delton, was watching. He wore a sharp Italian suit and expensive shoes. His eyes narrowed. To him, Nina didn't belong here. She looked too casual. He walked over with a fake smile. "Is there a problem here, Vanessa?" he asked, looking at the saleswoman. "She wants to buy the Chronomaster," Vanessa said, saying "wants" like a joke. Mark looked at Nina. "Madam, that watch is one of our most exclusive pieces. Perhaps Vanessa can show you something more suitable?" "I'm not browsing," Nina said calmly. "I want to buy this watch." Mark smiled again, but this time it was thinner. "Of course, but for high-value items, we need verification, a platinum card or proof of funds." Nina looked him in the eyes. "I don't carry credit cards when I'm dressed like this, but I can pay. My husband will be here soon." Mark gave a short laugh. "Your husband? Of course. Perhaps we can wait for him to arrive before continuing." Nina understood what he meant. He thought she was making it up. "I want to surprise him with this watch," she said. "He'll be here in 30 minutes. "Well," Mark said, checking his watch, "until then, we must assist our real customers." He gestured to a couple nearby who had been watching. They quickly looked away. Just then, a famous actress walked in. Mark rushed toward her. "Miss Ryan, what an honor," he said loudly. Vanessa turned to Nina. "Maybe come back with your husband." "No," Nina said, holding her ground. "I'd like to buy it now." Vanessa crossed her arms. "I've worked here 5 years. I know when someone's just here to waste our time." The words hit hard. Nina felt the eyes of other shoppers on her. Mark came back, no longer smiling. "Madam, I think it's time for you to leave. You've taken enough of our time." "I'm a paying customer," Nina said. "No," he replied coldly. "You haven't paid for anything." He stepped closer. "Either show proof of money or leave. We don't want our business disturbed." Everyone around them went silent. "This is ridiculous," Nina said. Mark lowered his voice but made his words sharp. "We've had people like you before. They take pictures, touch our things, and pretend they belong. You don't." His words stung. Nina's cheeks turned red, not from shame, but from anger. You don't get to judge my worth by my clothes, she said. I won't ask again, he said. Leave now, or I'll call security. Nina stood up straighter. The way you treat me says more about you than me. Mark grabbed her arm and pushed her gently toward the door. People like you don't belong here, he whispered. Maybe try the discount stores downtown. He opened the door and pushed her out. Nina stood in the sunlight, shocked. Inside, she saw Mark laughing with the other workers. One of them pointed at her, and they all chuckled. She felt humiliated, but she would not cry. Are you okay? A voice asked. It was the actress who had just left. She held a small shopping bag. I saw everything, she said. It was awful. Nina gave a small smile. Thank you. I'm fine. The actress nodded and walked toward her car. Nina looked at her watch. 11:40 a.m. David would arrive in 20 minutes. She could wait outside. But no, she wouldn't give Mark the satisfaction. She walked down the street to clear her mind. Meanwhile, David Wilson had just finished a busy morning of meetings. At 11:45 a.m., his black SUV stopped near Mark. He straightened his blue tie and looked at his reflection in the window. He was 48, tall, with short dark hair and gray at the temples. His suit fit perfectly. Wait here, he told his driver. I won't be long. He walked toward the boutique. Just then, a woman stopped him. Excuse me, are you David Wilson? Yes. I just wanted you to know, your wife was kicked out of that store. The way they treated her was terrible. David's jaw tightened. Thank you for telling me, he said. He took out his phone and sent a text to his assistant. Reschedule my 2 p.m. Something came up. The assistant replied instantly. Done. Everything okay? Will be, David replied. He looked through the boutique's window. Inside, he saw Mark and the staff laughing. Their faces said everything. He spotted Nina walking back. Their eyes met. She looked tired, but proud. When she reached him, she gently touched his arm. I was just walking. How was your morning? Someone told me what happened, David said. It's nothing, she replied. It's not nothing. He turned and walked into the store. Inside, Mark was joking about Nina again. She looked like she just left the gym, he laughed. The door opened. Everyone turned silent. David walked in. Mark quickly stepped forward. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to Markey. How may I help you? David stared at him. You just threw my wife out of your store. Mark went pale. Nina stepped in behind him. Vanessa and the other staff froze. Then realization hit. This was David Wilson, the billionaire, and Nina Wilson, his wife. Mr. Wilson, Mark stammered. This is a misunderstanding. Is it? David asked calmly. You judged my wife by her clothes. You refused to sell her a watch. Then you pushed her out and insulted her. Customers stopped shopping. Everyone was watching. If I had known who she was, David raised a hand. That's the problem. You shouldn't need to know who someone is to treat them with respect. He turned to Nina. Was it this watch? She nodded. Great choice, he said. Then he looked back at Mark. I'd like to speak to the owner. He's in New York. I'm the manager. Perfect, David said. He pulled out a business card. Then you'll explain to him why your store is about to lose its best customers and why I'm moving our luxury purchases somewhere else. Mark's face went red. Please, Mr. Wilson, we can fix this. What can I do? David put his arm around Nina. First, apologize to my wife. Not because of who she is, but because everyone deserves respect. Mark turned to her. Mrs. Wilson, I am truly sorry. I made a mistake. David nodded. Now, about those consequences. He handed Mark the card. I forgot to mention. My company just bought a controlling share of Goldline Retail, the company that owns Mark. That paperwork finishes today. I'm technically your boss now. Gasps filled the room. Vanessa covered her mouth. But instead of firing you, David continued, we're starting a new training program on respect and equality. My wife will help lead it. Nina raised her eyebrows but nodded. She understood. It wasn't just about revenge. It was about real change. Or, David said, you can resign now. Mark swallowed. I'd like to learn and improve, sir. Good. Training starts next week. Now please finish my wife's purchase. We have lunch plans. Mark's hands shook as he wrapped the watch. As the couple left the store, whispers followed them. The story would spread across Beverly Heights before the sun set. At lunch, Nina smiled. Was that really necessary? David took her hand. Yes, because no one deserves to be treated like that.